Hello. Here it is, January 5th, 2022. A little bit cool, but not too bad here in Portimao, Portugal, the Algarve. Beautiful spot to live. Fortunately, I was able to get here by taking no thought for my life. And everybody can do this kind of thing. I'll give you a brief history of how I got here and just talk about how we can be happy, and when we're happy, our intentions are good and we manifest a proper world for all of us. So by getting happy, you're helping to heal the world. So yeah, I started, well, it started out pretty tough for me. I was very emotionally damaged, and I didn't figure out why till very late in life, in my 50s. I'm 60 now. So, had a lot of abuse growing up, mostly verbal. But that's very significant. We're all victims of that in one sense or another, and that's why we don't like and accept ourselves. So that's where it all starts. You have to learn to accept yourself and love yourself, not in a narcissistic kind of way. We all know those types. But to appreciate who you are, this avatar you've been given, and the miracles that go on in it every day. Our bodies are amazing. These trillions of cells all doing their part, knowing what their part is. And we can really help that along by putting the proper things in our bodies. But that's a whole nother story. Beautiful place to live here. So, yeah, just really abused, really unhappy. Spent most of my time trying to escape myself. I thought I was trying to escape reality. But what is reality? I was trying to escape me. And you can't do that. You're always there. So, I didn't really, I just went along self-medicating, pharmaceuticals mostly, alcohol, and food, sugar, processed foods, partying. All those things were part of the self-medicating. Never wanted to take time for introspect, never taking time to be alone. Always wanting someone else there to fulfill me or entertain me, whatever. So yeah, it was a big milestone. It took me decades to get there, and the biggest catalyst was doing an emotional healing modality. And I mentioned it in the last video called Language Lessons of the Hearts. This is my tree that I hang out with every day and talk to, and notice it looks like this is the ear right here. So, yeah, Language Lessons of the Heart, I'll put a link in here. And it was a process that you went and unprogrammed yourself. We have to make the unconscious conscious, as Carl Jung talks about. Bring that stuff out, but you don't just bring it out. You release it. You get rid of it, and then you replace it. That's what's cool about that modality, is you replace those negative programs you have running through your head, telling you you're not good enough, you're not deserving, and that kind of thing. So, yeah, so once I discovered that, I was able to really get off all the crutches I had, pharmaceuticals, partying, entertaining myself this way and that way. Food, I'm still working on, but I've made lots of strides. I'm pretty much there with the food. Mostly eat fruit. We're supposed to eat live, raw, vibrant food, not processed things, not cooked food. Cooked food is denatured. Doesn't make sense. We're part of nature. That's part of our problem. We've separated ourselves from nature. We don't eat real food. We don't have real emotions. We don't even have real personalities. We don't even know who we are. Everybody's just trying to be like someone else. It's like, no, you have to be yourself. And nobody wants to be themselves because they don't like themselves. Trust me, I was there and I've been to a lot of things. MC whatever included. But yeah, you have to get to that point one way or another. And there's lots of ways to do it, but it takes effort. You have to do it. It's not difficult to do, but you have to do it. It's like taking that walk around the block. It's not difficult to do, but you have to do it. So once you make that decision to do something, then, you do it. Whether, and that's just one thing, to heal yourself emotionally. And until I came across Michael's videos, I didn't really know what that meant. Emotional healing. Didn't know. There's Cosmo and Biggie, Estrella and Tiger. So yeah, I had to learn about that. Went through the process. It worked. And here I am. Let's see, I did that process in 2016. And then in 2017, in 2016, at the end of 2016, I decided that I was going to quit my job and didn't want to pay taxes to the evil U.S. government anymore. If I took any jobs, it was going to be contract labor, and I'm not going to pay them my taxes. They say I owe them, whatever, my taxes, their taxes, whatever. So just made that decision, quit my job. I was the head of this camp program, this after-school robotics program for kids in Austin, Texas. So I quit that job, and then opportunity arose where I was able to go to Vermont and get certified to become a biofield tuning practitioner. And that's a really cool modality that also can help with emotional healing. Because I had also decided around that time that I wanted to help people heal, because I'd helped some people get some Rick Simpson oil. But then I was like, well, if I'm going to help people get healed, I need to represent and be healed. So I knew I had to do some healing on myself, because I knew I wasn't where I really needed to be. Sorry if I'm breathing heavy. Walking up hills here. So yeah, so then I got certified to do biofield tuning in 2017. And it's a pretty cool modality. I now offer tuning sessions on a donation basis. And I'll put a link in the description about what biofield tuning is, and from the founder, Eileen Day McCusick. She's a good sorceress. She's in touch with Source. She knows how to manifest. Yeah, she's amazing. So anyway, then in 2018, a friend invited me to move to Spain. She had some extra property and animals that needed tending to. I was like, okay, so I came here, and I was able to get enough biofield tuning clients because I'm listed on the official website as a certified practitioner. So, I was able to make ends meet. And I always have abundance. I say make ends meet, but I always have more than I need and then some. So, that's totally a misnomer. So then that happened. So came to Spain. It's been pretty cool, living in a different place. Where I had my nephew with me, Kenneth. He was a victim of a crime. A guy was throwing rocks off the freeway in Austin, Texas, hit his car, made him have a crash. And then the hospital caused him to have a stroke. And so now he has mobility and speech issues, so he needs a person to take care of him. So he's with me too. And so we came to Spain, and it was okay. We were kind of isolated there, which I don't mind. I'm never isolated if I'm in nature, but Kenneth didn't like it too much. And not many people spoke English there, and Kenneth couldn't really learn Spanish, so he was pretty lonely. So anyway, last year, I met a friend, Penny, from a channel that we follow, Charlie Freak's channel. We were both on a Q&A and met, and she was only 45 minutes away here in Portugal. And she started coming to Spain and visiting. And then eventually I moved here. And now we're a little further from the border of Spain. But yeah, now I'm here in Portugal. And Kenneth has a great social life with our housemate. And I still have my animals to spend time with and spend as much time as I want in nature. And I can genuinely say that I'm happy. And I know I see people all the time, if they're asked if they're happy, they don't want to answer, they'll say, oh yeah, I'm content. You can't really be happy, you can only be content. Well, I'm here to say not only can you be happy, you can live in bliss. And I'm not saying I live in bliss all the time, I do have moments, but I know it can be done. And again, it's just lightening yourself up in all kinds of ways, emotionally, physically, energetically, physically. Lighten up. When you're light, you're more in touch with Source. But getting to the topic of what I was going to talk about today, and that is how to be happy. Well, the first thing is gratitude. You got to have sincere, genuine gratitude. Find things to be grateful for and get to where you're grateful for the little things, whatever. I'm so grateful for every little thing I have. And I have too much to even count. It's just amazing. And then take the focus off of yourself. So many people, if you're depressed, you're thinking about yourself too much. Quit thinking about yourself so much. Because you're not thinking about yourself in the now, because you can't really do that. So get off of that and start helping other beings, plants, animals, people, whatever. Start doing something for others. Wash the dishes in your house for the rest of the household or whatever. Little things like that. Random acts of kindness. Take the thought off yourself. Start being grateful. And find a way to help others. And eventually, things will change. Of course, if you're filling your body with crap, that's going to affect things too. So you'd be surprised at how much what you put in your body affects your emotional state. And there's all kinds of studies, which whatever. Some are probably true, some not. But you can try these things out for yourself. Notice how you feel after you eat a heavy cooked meal. Notice how you feel after you eat some fresh fruit to your heart's content. When you eat the biophotons, the live food, you're ready to go. You have energy, which is the reason we eat, right? For energy. But when you eat the heavy meals, you're depleted of energy. You usually want to take a nap. It's just common sense. This world needs more common sense and more discernment. Because it's all down to that. People are like, well, don't research because then you'll get confused. You'll have cognitive dissonance if you look into things. No, use your discernment and use your common sense already. You know, if you're one of these people that thinks you should get a vaccine and wear a mask, well, I say you should do a little more research and use your discernment and your common sense. Because, you know, oh well, I'm not going to go there. So anyway, that's my tip. That's what worked for me. And it started with being genuinely grateful. And then after that, helping others, which I always helped others anyway. So really that was first. And like I said before, depressed people are often altruistic and always helping others. So that part is already innate with a lot of people who are feeling depressed, but not all of them. Take the focus off you. Don't be a narcissist. Don't be so self-centered and self-focused. You know, think about other people and what they have and don't have and how you can help them or animals or whatever. And find a way to reprogram yourself to not think things, even if you don't think you're thinking them, like you're not good enough or you don't deserve certain things or you don't look good enough or whatever the negative thoughts you have. Find a way to get rid of those. And again, I'll put that link for Language Lessons of the Heart in the description. So like I said before, we're divine creator, magical beings, and it's time we start acting like it. So let's do this. Let's manifest the reality we want. So always remember, think about what you want. Ciao.